Welcome to the video. In this one, we're going to be discussing the overall rules of the game. I'm going to try and highlight the most important rules you need to know as players or goalkeepers, okay, or even as parents that are watching. Okay, so there's a couple major differences from futsal to soccer. In fact, if you look at the game, it's a combination of basketball, handball, and soccer. Right, so there are a lot of basketball rules, a lot of handball rules. The court that I use is not an actual futsal court. They did not have one on this platform, so it's actually a handball court, but there's a lot of similar lines. So it's not exactly to scale, but I'm going to try and walk you through this, and that's for all the videos, just so you know. Now, I'm going to start with the first frame. The first one I'm going to talk about is goal clearances. Now, a goal clearance is like a goal kick. What a goal clearance is, though, or how it's different, is the ball starts, it goes out of bounds behind the end line. The goalkeeper gets the ball and starts with their hands. Now, in any out of bounds period, so whether it's a corner kick, a free kick, a kick in, a goal clearance, the team in possession has 4 seconds to put the ball back into play. Right, so whether it's the goalkeeper from the goal clearance, which you're going to see here in a second, or from any other out of bounds scenario. Okay, so here we go. The goalkeeper has to go get it. Now, once they pick it up, they have 4 seconds. Now, if you walk to go get a ball, a referee will probably start the clock. Because if you're taking too long, they want the game to be playing. Right? Especially if you're playing in tournaments where the clock is not stopped like in normal futsal. So if you play pro futsal, the clock stops every time the ball goes out of bounds. But in most youth tournaments, they do not stop the clock. Or they do for very small periods of time, like 5 minutes. Okay? So that means they're trying to get the game going quicker. So if you're not quickly going to get the ball, they're going to start the clock right away. Okay, so let me walk you through this. So the keeper's going to go get the ball for the goal clearance. They pick it up. They have 4 seconds. So you'll see a lot of goalkeepers, and this is what we want to do, is drop the ball for the fix, which is the number 4, if there's no pressure. Okay, we'll talk about other scenarios later, but just to give you an idea of how it works, they have 4 seconds. If they don't drop it off in time, it's a kick in for the opposing team, right, from the sideline, usually about where this long line is across. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through a scenario. The fix clears the ball out of bounds. The opposing fix, it goes out of bounds for a kick in. So we need to go grab the ball. The player must grab it and put their hand on the ball. It must be behind the line. If the ball is on the field and you play it in, it's going to be a turnover for the other team in that same spot. Okay, so your hand has to be on it to start. You don't have to be holding it the whole time, but your hand has to be on it. Okay, then you can get up and step away, or step to play it in if you want. But the ball must be behind the line. If it's not done correctly, then it's a turnover for the other team. So you can see here, we're going to have a scenario where the ball goes into play. If it goes out of bounds behind for the opposing team, so this goalkeeper makes a save and it goes behind, it's now a corner kick for our team. Right, so we get a corner kick. Again, you have 4 seconds to get the ball back into play, so you have to set up immediately to run your play, or to run your corner kick. The ball's put into the box. Keeper makes a save. They have 4 seconds to release. Okay, now it's obviously a slow frame, so I'm just showing you what needs to happen. Okay, they play it. Now, here's going to be a foul. Okay, so he calls a foul right here. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. Okay, in a half, or in each half, a team is allowed 5 fouls. Okay, so once there's the 5th foul, once you hit the 5th foul, everyone after that is a penalty kick from 10 meters. Or, if the foul is within 10 meters, it's a penalty kick from wherever the foul has taken place. Okay, so what I'm showing you here now is if it's just a normal foul, 1 through 5. Okay, but teams do not want to give away a lot of fouls because then it's free shots at your goal. Okay, so here's a free kick scenario. We give a foul away. We go set up for defensive set piece. All right, they're setting up for an offensive set piece, whatever their play is. So they're running it. They're getting ready. They set it and play it. And it's, again, same thing. So from a free kick, they have 4 seconds to take it once they're set up, of course. Okay, so the referee will give them their meters. It's 5 meters on a kick-in or a free kick. And I forgot to tell you, from a kick-in, there's also a 5-meter rule. So you can set up the ball. If the opposing team is standing too close, you can ask for 5 meters, which means they now have to back up. From kick-ins, we want to try and get shots every time, which I'll walk you through again in a second. I'll go back to this so you can see it, but just a reminder, okay? So they have to give you 5 meters on free kicks. It's the same thing for kick-ins in FIFA law. Okay, so the keeper will make a save, and now I'm going to show you a penalty kick from 10 meters, right? So this is after the 5 fouls. So here we're using this line as the 10 meter. Okay, this is after the 5 fouls. This is now the 6th or 7th foul or more. Everybody has to be behind the shooter mark, and they get a free shot to goal, and this will happen every time it's a foul from 6 or more. Okay, the goalkeeper can step off their line a little bit to try and make a block, which we have in this scenario. Now let me take you back through from the kick-in. Which frame was it? I got to go back to find the frame. Okay, here's the frame. So from the kick-in, right? Ball goes out of bounds. We have it here. They must be back 5 meters. Now, you can play it in ahead of time where they don't have to be back 5 meters. If you do that, then the ball's they're free to play. But if you wait and ask for the 5 meters, they must give it to you. Okay, the referee. Now, unless they're not following the rule, then they'll be like, okay, just play. But they should give you the 5 meters. Okay, there's also yellow cards and red cards. So you need to be careful if you give away bad fouls that you don't cause your team to have a deficit. Okay. The final thing is you are allowed to slide tackle to block. You're not allowed to slide tackle to try and tackle, at least in youth. So if you're sliding to tackle, they're going to call it a foul. If you're sliding to block, say, a shot or a pass, that's allowed. Okay, but it also depends on the tournaments that you play in from a slide tackle's perspective. Okay, so just be mindful of that, depending on what level you're playing at. Okay, that's a general overview of the major rules. Oh, one I forgot is there's no offside. I didn't mention this yet, but there's absolutely 0 offside in futsal. So you can literally stand in the opposite corner or next to the goalkeeper and not be called offside. Okay, so don't forget that there's no offside. You can move wherever you want and not be called off for it. Okay, the final one I should discuss is that a player, there is flying substitution. So what that means is, in FIFA rules, is that a player can be subbed at any point. They just have to step off the court through the substitution area. Once they sub off, a player then can step on. So there's no preset time to sub. So you can make changes at any point. There's also a timeout. 1 timeout per half, where the team in possession can call a timeout to do a set piece, to run a set play, or to just discuss with their team, maybe to slow the game down. And those are the general overview of the rules. Okay? I will see you in the next video.